acting openly like a menace doesn't mean that they aren't as dangerous to the community as the guy that we just saw. So let's go ahead and get into this one.
Um, First of all, I want to commend you on your show. I mean, I watch you every day, so you're doing a phenomenal job. I think you really try to highlight, and I think a lot of the listeners that I've been listening to, they don't watch your show, so they're not familiar with your content. But my disagreement would be that I do feel that there should be a better way to bring the men and women together, because from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of harshness coming in tone, and I don't think a lot of women are used to that because of the
Okay,
society
okay,
we're
okay.
in.
So your
I'm sorry. Go
disagreement
ahead.
is with my tone.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Then,
Yes,
then you go do it.
Mm.
I respect that. I respect that. I can respect that. I just feel that women aren't accustomed to men of that.
Well, you
Pay attention to what he just said. I just feel that. I just feel that. That's crazy work. I just feel that. That's feminine. That's how women talk. In general, yes, it's okay for men to feel, but for you to be starting all your sentences with "I feel like" all that kind of stuff, I mean, it's not the way that men are supposed to behave. I'm just saying, it's the truth.
raised
Of
by
your
your
caliber.
father?
Yes.
I'm asking because you keep talking about feeling, how you feel. I feel,
Yeah.
I feel. That is a big trigger word, especially around men's content. Women talk about how they feel. Tell me about what you know and what you think.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, what I know is women have a very hard time with men that are as strong toned as you come across.
So,
They don't seem to receive that as well as someone with a softer tone.
really, does it matter how they receive it, or does it matter what they do about it?
Well, yeah,
No, I got.
that makes
That's a
sense.
question I'm asking you. What what
Yeah,
what matters more?
it matters more what they do with the
Well,
information.
then I challenge you to go look at what some of my uh, detractors, people who tell women what they want to hear, and go find the amount of women who tell them, "You saved my marriage. I'm getting married because of you. You made me a better woman. I didn't like what you had to say, but now I'm better." Go look in their comment section. Go look at how many videos the women have made to them, and come back and tell me how they rank next to mine.
Mm.
You're right. I
Why?
mean,
My
I can agree
question
with
is,
you on.
as a black man, why are you coming in here making an emotional argument about tone when we got such a problem with our women?
Well, I think I'm making that argument simply because more black women, they're listening to your content. I see more and more people are having
Outcome. Well,
discussions.
let me reframe this. Why, as a man, are you giving me the emotional argument based upon outcomes
I don't really see that many out that much of a good outcome, honestly.
of who? For me or for them?
Well, black women. I mean, I
No, no.
black women.
My tone aside, I'm getting
Yes.
outcomes. The people who tell them you're a queen and a goddess, are they getting women married, going back to their husbands?
That's towards you, Dr. Umar Johnson. That's towards you, what's his name? Derek Jackson. That's to you, all these black preachers, all these people that claim that the black woman is God, all these people that talk about they love black culture, all these people that talk about how much they're fighting for black culture, but they can't even fight for black families. Kevin Samuels got people married. People made videos about how Kevin Samuels impacted their life, saved their marriage, caused them to get married. They met through Kevin Samuels, through his Facebook group. All these things, these factors. There is casework, but yet and still you have people that will still to this day speak negatively on him.
Framing how they look at men. You say you follow my content, right?
You're right. You're right. I
Who's
don't
getting the
see
outcome?
you're getting more outcome. I mean, I will give
So,
you
as a
that.
man, how are you going to come to me as a man who's getting a better outcome and tell me about tone?
Well, simply because I just feel like because
Again,
your
with the
tone.
feeling. See, the problem is when you say this, you weaken us. You sound soft saying this shit.
But how is that?
Cause you sound like
But how was that? Probably like that.
listen to what the men are gonna go back and go look in the comment section after this video. And I feel. I don't if I'm getting a different outcome, which is a better outcome, damn the tone. It's the outcome. And if you're saying you see the same outcome, why do you care so much about the tone?
Because I don't think the majority of women are receiving what.
This is crazy. Tom says, wow, tone. Really? Another man telling a man about his tone. What's crazy is he's speaking like he a woman dating men. He is. He sounds exactly like the women that called in on Kevin Samuels' show. And that's the facts. That's the facts. He sounds exactly like them. Exactly like them. This is what I'm talking about. A male hyena. He's a different variant of a male hyena. A different variant. But a male hyena nonetheless.
They're saying the right
It's not
way.
for the majority of women. And the majority of women are being told they're queens and goddesses. And what is that doing for the majority of women?
But if the majority of women are not receiving your content properly,
If
how
the
can
majority of women are being told they're queens and goddesses and you're tens, what are the outcomes to that? See, this is our problem as black men right here. You want me to moderate my tone when it's getting a better outcome than the moderated tones.
Right.
But my point is, I don't think it's being received by women as well as it would be if it was a tad bit better. I'm not, trust me.
Then you do it, sir. Then why aren't you doing it and why aren't you getting the results? Why aren't you getting the results?
I'm not saying to change your complete tone. That's not what I'm saying, because I respect
Yes, you are.
your
I mean,
content.
but what you're making is a feelings-based argument. If you change your tone, then what? Okay, let's say it your way. If I change my tone, what percentage increase do you think I would get?
I think you would get a lot more.
What percentage increase do you think I would get?
One thing you will notice about the male hyena is there is a complete and utter lack of ability to answer a direct question. Male hyenas can't answer a direct question.
At least 15 to 20. At least a 15 or 20% increase.
I don't think so. And you're basing that based on what?
Just based off, once again, like you mentioned, my anecdotal.
Right.
Just
you pulled that number.
Right. You have
you pulled that number out of your ass, boy. Man, that's crazy. Crazy work, guys.
nothing to base that on. I want you to sit there and ponder that. You want me to change what's getting outcomes, verifiable, and you're saying 15 to 20% based upon nothing. That's how men operate. That's how we think. See, I'm challenging you. I'm challenging this because there are going to be black women who are going to come around and say, "Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but we can't be like this because no other group of men thinks like this." It is weak thinking. No, it works. And if I'm not getting everybody, so what? I'm doing far better than the people telling they're queens and goddesses. And you can't come.
Noah's Ark wasn't meant for everybody, guys. Noah's Ark wasn't meant for everybody. If people can't hear the message, if you share the message and they can't hear it, it doesn't resonate with them, you can't get to them, quit wasting time trying to save these people. Doesn't matter. You can't appeal to everybody. No. Save your tribe. Save your tribe. There are people who it will resonate with. But like I said, we have to hold ourselves accountable. And part of holding ourselves accountable is we have to call out the chaos and the chaos bringers in the community. And what we have is hyenas. And we can talk about female hyenas, and There are plenty of people that do. But there are male hyenas enabling them, enabling this behavior, enabling this chaos. Psychological hyenas. That's what black culture is evolving into or devolving into. Psychological hyenas. But you claim to be kings and queens. You can't claim to be kings and queens, but you act like the agents of chaos. That's an oxymoron, just so you know.
Tell me that if you moderated your message, you get about 15 to 20% more. You can't say that. Somebody could easily come along and say he could lose 50%.
But you have to understand, a lot of people may only watch your content not because they're trying to better.
But do you understand that they could make the same argument? You could lose 50% based upon their anecdotal evidence. Could someone make the same argument? You could lose. True or false?
I mean, that's true. You could always lose followers or lose.
Well, so it's a counter argument. And what I'm saying is what you're saying is not rooted in anything other than your feelings.
The reason I say that, okay, first of all, you just said I use the word feelings too much. So I was raised in a household with both my father and a mother. So my mother is a very strong-willed person. My father he's also a very strong-willed person. So, but he always taught me you catch more flies with honey than vinegar or something along that line. But anyway, it's an old school term, but he always used that term. So he always trained me to say there's a time and place to be very strong and stern, and there's a time and place to kind of fall back and use your softer side.
You're watching a platform with a man who's been on for a year.
Yeah. Well, I think
grown from 50,000 subscribers to almost 1 million.
Yes.
Who's a professional salesperson who is trained in what you're talking about. Monday through Friday, I do this.
Yes, I agree.
And
actually, you
don't think that I know the things you're talking about, but I also know as a salesperson and as a marketer, as a presenter, people respond to authenticity and actual outcomes.
But I understand it. I'm a marketing manager. I understand.
Then what you're saying is not even make good business sense. It's based in nothing.
What I'm saying is not about business. What I'm saying is it's about relationships.
It is about business. You said getting more people is about increasing an outcome. It's business. It can be both.
Okay, but honestly, I thought your content was about building the black community, building our community.
It is. And who's getting a better outcome? Who's getting the better damn outcome? Is it Derek Jackson and Steve Harvey telling you queens and everything else? Or is it this? Have you seen any videos saying, I got my husband because of Derek Jackson? Derek Jackson saved my marriage. Steve Harvey did this. Have you seen any of those videos?
Of course, I watch all that content.
No, you've seen women come out and say, I found my...
You're a liar. You ain't never seen somebody say that Derek Jackson saved their marriage. Get out of here.
Listening to these guys, following this information.
No, but they do follow that stuff.
I didn't ask you, okay, have you seen any videos saying that Kevin Samuels is the reason I married? There are 5 on my channel right now.
Yes, but they may not just produce that stuff.
Jesus.
I mean, I understand that. You produce it. You produce results. I will grant you that. They may not produce that or put that content or information out there to the general public. That's all I'm saying. My thing is, you would get more viewers. You would get a better outcome.
You would get more viewers and you would get better outcome.
I like the outcome. Okay, you're right. I like the outcome I'm getting. This is what I'm going to do, and it's working. And until you...
Ooh, now what? Now what?
Show me something that's going to work better. Show me somebody who has faster growth, more views, more consistent outcomes. Show me somebody. Show me one person. Give me the business reason to do it.
You're right.
You can't do that. And the reason why you can't do that is because you've never been there. You're just talking. You're just talking. You're not trying to do the content thing yourself. You haven't provided an alternative business model or alternative proposition. But yet and still, you'll get up on here and you'll cap for women. You'll cap for women that won't even sleep with you, bro. You capping for women that won't even suck your...
Stop. Then stop, please. Because I don't like when we do this as men. I try to be nice, but there's no business reason. There's no practical reason. This is in your feelings.
I guess I was thinking your content was supposed to bring the black family back together. Bring
Holy
men and women
shit.
back together.
How many times have I... Can somebody else do? Let me bring somebody else on.
But you're not. But
If people are getting, if there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 couples getting married because of me, that's bringing the black family back. Go.
But for
Five,
every five
listen, please. 5 people, 5 couples, black couples married.
Sure.
Does
Okay, guys, I got a question. Let me know in the comment section. Do you think he's a feminine man? Do you think he's effeminate? Do you think that he has shall we say soy boy traits? Just let me know in the comment section what you think, because this guy is like it's kind of disgusting to watch, to be honest.
of women in the comment section. I'm a better wife. All kind of shout outs across YouTube, Facebook.
Put a 1 in the chat if you think he's feminine. Put a 2 in the chat if you think I'm tripping.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I don't like the fact that we feel like we got to talk to our women in such a sugar and spice and everything nice when we are in a crisis. 1 in 4 will marry. 80% of children born out of wedlock. And you're coming to me with the same liberal, weak-wristed bullshit. Be nicer. Say it honeyed. Say it sweet. That ain't got us nothing. We need some good old-fashioned truth-telling.
But this generation of women aren't receiving.
Holy shit. You're still going.
They're not. I mean, honestly, they're not receiving it. I understand. Totally
Okay, I know disrespect. Are you married?
No, I'm not.
You ever been married?
No, I haven't.
Got any children?
No, I don't.
You got a girlfriend?
No.
I got several. I've been married, got kids. I think I know women better than you.
Oof. That was cold-blooded.
You want to start pulling rank. I'm trying to be nice, man. Don't tell me about women if you ain't had no success with them, even fail with them.
Guys, let me know. 1 in the chat if he's feminine, 2 in the chat if I'm tripping. Let me know. Oh,
I got you, brother. I won't even argue with you on that.
You can't argue this shit. I tried to let you off, man, but you're still pushing this point. Rooted in nothing.
Because I don't think you understand what I'm getting to. My point is, you may have 4 or 5 or maybe even 10 people that come on and say they've gotten married, but the majority, I'm focused more on the majority. That's all. I'm just saying the majority of women are not receiving it. They're pushing back. If you've got 1,000 women and only 10 women are getting married out of 1,000, then
we got Maurice July. Maurice July says, "Sub JayyRedd, male manipulation tactics are becoming more common in the black community, and a lot of things go in one ear and out the other to our people." Facts. That's absolutely facts. Yeah, these male manipulation tactics are something else. It's really crazy work out here. I mean, I just don't. Yeah. And we see it right here. We saw it with the guy before, and now we see it with this guy. It's just this is disgusting. And we got a couple ones in the chat. Yeah, I didn't think I was tripping, but like I said, everybody else, let me know. Let me know, because I could be tripping. If this guy that is talking to the Godfather, is he feminine? Put a 1 in the chat or 2 in the chat if I'm just being too hard on him and I'm just tripping. Let me know.
The majority aren't receiving it. That's the only thing I'm trying to get to. Once again, I respect your content.
And let me give you, and let me let you to know the problem in what you're thinking. It's the bird in the hand versus in the bush. You're a marketing person. You should understand a tipping point. What percentage do you need to reach a tipping point?
I don't know. You tell me.
No, what do you think?
To reach a tipping point, at least 40 to 50%.
10%.
Okay.
So I don't need 1,000. When 100 will do.
Mm.
You're trying to reach the masses. You'll never reach the masses. But when you reach a critical mass or a tipping point of 10%, the rest of the market tends to follow. Do you see people responding to my content? Do you see it starting conversations? How many platforms have you seen that have responded to Kevin Samuels? How many platforms have you seen where a black man is sitting next to a black woman and they're responding to this video? And then you look in the comment section. How many comedians are talking about?
I want y'all to think about what this man says. What this man Kevin Samuels just said. I don't need 1,000 if 100 would do. Noah's Ark wasn't meant for every human. 8. And of all the animals on the world, a pair from each animal. Noah's Ark wasn't meant for everybody. We don't have to save everybody. Save he who be willing.
How many people? What are you talking about?
I grant you that. You do have that. You do have a lot of, you have started the conversation. So I would definitely.
And now you're trying to tell me do it different when it's working. And it's based in nothing.
But I'm not
If
saying
you had a business, and it was working and you were number one and you were making progress and destroying your competition, you would go into the shareholders and we're going to change and do it this way now. They tell you you're out of your gosh darn mind.
Let me ask you this. So do you feel that even if you were to change slightly, not 100%, but just change maybe 15%, that you would be able to get more?
Notice the question you just asked me, do you feel like, the question you asked me is, do you feel like if I did this? I don't do business based on feelings. I'm a man.
What do you think?
No.
If you changed.
No.
Do you think? No.
Because if I did, I'd do it. Do I strike you as somebody who's not smart enough to be able to read the tea leaves?
Ooh.
I get it. It's your content. I get it.
It's not about my content. It's about what you have to understand is what you're saying doesn't work. It doesn't work. We've tried it that way. It doesn't work. And I need more men to have some steel in their spine and start standing up and sounding more like me instead of like you. That's where you're failing your black brothers. This sounds weak. All women don't have to take us seriously. We got to go talk to them nicer. I'm going to tell them the truth and respect them as being the strong women that they are and understand that they are smart enough to be able to make a decision. 1 in 4 of you are married. Either you change the way you pick a mate or you'll buy a dog and die alone. I'm going to give them the benefit of being smart enough to use that PhD that they have and know that they're not getting the outcomes that they were marketed that they would get by being apart from their man, by calling themselves strong, independent. I don't need no man. That ain't working.
But they're not hearing you because they can't get past the hard experience.
All right. No, they're
Exhibit B, guys. This is a male hyena. Like I said, this is a male hyena. This is a male hyena. This is disgusting.
They've heard too much of men who think like you. Where are your balls? Seriously, you're saying they're not hearing you. How many people in this show right now? How many people in the show right now?
Where are your balls? And I think that statement really plays a lot into what the overall point of this stream is. Because at the end of the day, that's the truth. Where are your balls? When I say that black culture is devolving into a culture of psychological hyenas, right? When I say that, you're letting these female hyenas take away your balls, and you're betraying the people You're betraying men because you think that this is that it's gonna get you brownie points. You think that it's gonna get you extra love. Shoot, you think it's gonna get you some sympathy box. If we being honest, but man, ooh, boy, y'all gonna learn.
Yeah.
I can't see. I don't know.
They're not hearing you. My videos average 400,000 views. They're not hearing me. They're hearing me. You better believe they're hearing me.
Hearing you based on. Hearing you.
All right,
based
man.
off of
You got it. You're right.
changing
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. And this is what I mean about power, money, and sex. I'm not gonna argue with you, bro. But you got nothing to base what you're saying on. You got nothing to base what you're saying on except feelings. And I respect your feeling, but I don't do things based on feelings. And even if I did, I don't feel like what you're saying is going to work because I've seen that it doesn't. 25,000 people in here. What you're saying, man, what you're saying, brother, is you've got nothing other than a feeling.
But are they watching for the shock value, or are they actually
Who gives a shit? They're watching. That's the point. They're watching. And how many women have come? See, if you were really a watcher of mine, you would know that women come over and say, you know what? I thought this, but until I watched an entire video myself, and then I heard the logic, I heard the facts, I heard the stats, I heard this.
I've heard that. I've watched you for the last few years when you started out with men. So I've been watching your content.
Then understand that it's working. And now you're saying, well, if you just tweaked it a little bit, you get more. Well, you know what? The Colonel got 11 herbs and spices. Well, if you put 13 in, you get about a 20% bump in customers. I don't think so. The formula works. And I'm still got a man who's sitting here telling me, nah, I don't feel like it's going to work that way. And I'm asking you based on what? And you haven't said anything except I just feel this way. All right, based in what? I'm listening. Based in what?
Based off of the conversations that I have with women that detest the content. And I'm an advocate saying, hey, listen to
him. They detest the content. Are they over 30?
Yes.
Do they tend to be overweight?
Some.
Any of them have children out of wedlock?
They all do. I got you.
Any of them college graduates?
I got you. I see where you're going.
But if they listen to me, do you think they would get better outcomes?
If they actually paid attention.
Right. Do you think I'm the first person that told them if you lost some weight, you'd have a better health and get a better outcome?
But that's the problem. They're not.
No, it's not the problem. See, it's not the problem of information. See, you just defeated your own argument. It's not the information. They've been given the information several different ways. The problem is they've been given the information spoon-fed and soft. And you know how many people watch me and can't stand it, but they're still sitting there saying, I can't stand it, but they listen. And then they wonder, why are they watching them? Because the women are getting something out of it. And what I don't understand is why, as a man, you're not on this side saying, yeah, instead of saying softer. We should be going harder. We're behind. Black boys are reading at a 4th grade level. These very mothers you're talking about, how are their sons doing? Would you want to be stepdaddy to any of them?
Sir.
Then don't tell me about softening a message when we're failing our next generation of boys. And we're failing because they hear men who are sitting back saying, it'd be nicer. No other race of men has to be this damn nice.
But no other race is as combative with one another as we are.
No,
why the French toast do you think that is? Like, come on, man. There's only so much of this I can take. Why the French toast do you think that they're so competitive? Because people like you are enabling them to think that they can be combative. You put them to where they think that they are on an equal playing field, to where that they think that they can go toe to toe with men. We shouldn't be at odds with each other. We're supposed to be working together. But when men work with women to take down other men, what do you think is gonna happen?
But no other race of men need to be stronger than we do. See, this is where it falls on us. Brother, I keep saying the problem is brothers who think like you're too weak for this fight. I guarantee you this. Men who go into a place talking like me walk away with more of the women than you do. Regardless as to how they look, women follow leadership and strength. Or do you disagree?
I agree with that. They do follow strength. I mean,
And thus is the tragedy of the male hyena. So now, guys, now that we've taken a look at this, because I've had about all I can take. So when we see these guys that talk about the black woman is queen, when we see these guys that are defending women, that feel like these women don't have any flaws, that feel like they just can do no wrong, you're part of the problem. You're creating the problem. And that's just the truth of the matter. You're just as bad. You're just as bad. Just as bad. Just the worst, man. It's just the worst. I don't know. But guys, like I said, I mean, honestly, male hyenas, the problem with male hyenas is they give female hyenas in the black community this delusional idea that they have power that they don't. And the truth of the matter is the power is psychological, because in the difference between actual hyenas and psychological hyenas is that, in truth, in the black culture, because we're human, men are dominant, the dominant species. So illusion and manipulation aside, men are the dominant species, or we're the dominant gender. We're the dominant role. But the problem is, if you have people that believe that women are stronger, women are better, women are superior, then guess what? They're going to enforce that rule and give them power that they wouldn't have if they weren't supported by those men. And that's the truth of the matter. That's the truth of the matter. This is an issue in the black community that does have a solution. And the truthful solution is that we have to get these male hyenas out of here. We have to remove them from the playing field and just stop. We can't let them do what they're doing, because they're not conducive for the progression of the black community or the progression of any successful community, because this isn't, this isn't just a black problem. Excuse me. This isn't just a black problem. It's a problem that goes on in other communities too. I'm just speaking about it, or Western communities, I'll say. I'm just speaking about the black community because guess what? I'm an American black. But the truth is, it's actually tragic, because these male hyenas, the best that they can ever hope for, the best case scenario is the woman will settle for you. That's your best case scenario. That's your best case scenario. The women that you spend your life caping for, that you spend your life capping for, these are the women that the best you could ever hope for is that they'll settle for you, and when you get older and after you've had your children, they're gonna cheat on you with Pookie. And that's the truth of the matter. Or they're gonna leave you for Pookie. That's the tragedy of the male hyena. The male hyena turns away. He abandons his own to support a matriarchy that tears him down, abuses him, beats him for their pleasure, for no other reason than their pleasure. You go against your own. And we're in the state that we're in, not because we have to be, but because we have men that talk about black woman is God. They create life. Like I said, I'm never gonna diminish the role that women play. Never. But we gotta stop with the nonsense. And we have to stop giving weight and validity to nonsense. I don't know, man. It's just